Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Tiffany White, Sage Woman, and I'm very excited and happy and honored to be sitting in Sacred Circle with each and every one of you this evening, October 23rd. Woohoo! Wow, we're just moving along nicely. Just moving along. Oh, so I will welcome everyone here individually in just one moment. Just want to welcome everyone, whether you're watching live on YouTube or on Rumble. We appreciate and welcome each and every one of you. And we'll say hello to Maureen on Rumble. I see her right away. So hello, beautiful, lovely Maureen. Thank you. And just want to give my website, put my website up for those maybe who are unfamiliar with my services. Please check out my website. Is whitesagewoman.com. White, WHITE, sage, SAGE, woman, WOMAN, all one word, whitesagewoman.com. Check it out. And of course, we welcome everyone who's listening to audio platforms, because we do stream not just this show, but all the Goldylocks production shows on multiple music streaming and podcasting platforms. So welcome everybody. And if you are watching this show in an archive on YouTube, you can still, if you would like to donate, not just to this show, but any of the shows on Goldylocks Productions, and you're watching a replay, an archive show, there is a button. It's not going to be visible now because we're live, but there is a button to where you can, it has a heart with thanks in it, and you can make a donation to any show when we're not live. So just wanted to remind everyone of that, because sometimes I forget. So anyway, all right. So welcome. Let's see who we have. Robert, aka Bob the Shaman. Yay. Aw. And that's so sweet, Robert. Thank you so much. And he's like, this channel is fun, interesting, and a place to learn. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And hello, Ruth. Yes. Teresa. Yes. Joyce. Hello, Joyce. Greetings. And she's from Washington. All right. Excellent. And I'm in Connecticut. Let's see. I know Ruth's in Texas. Robert's in Pennsylvania. See, I remember. Maureen is in Ohio. So, wow. And it doesn't matter where we physically are, because we are all here energetically together in this circle, in this sacred space. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, so beautiful. And then there's Robin. Hello, Robin. Giving a shout out from Virginia. That's where she is now. So, all right. Well, I didn't have a show last week, as many of you know. And I had the weekend off, pretty much away from my office, but it was work and fun at the same time. Spending some time with family in New York, so that was very fun. But I have to tell you, what was really strange was that before. So I have to back up. So last Saturday, so then last Thursday. I felt this incredible shift, and you just shift. It's a shift like into calmness. It was a shift into peacefulness. It was just another step up, another shift. And I felt this shift this time. And it was so beautiful, so calming, so peaceful. And I was just still basking in that. And then last weekend was really nice. But last weekend, the 2 days felt like a week. By last Sunday night, I felt like it wasn't 2 days. It felt like a whole week's worth of energy in 2 days. And your body knows what that feels like. So that's what my body felt like. Right? It was so crazy. Hello, Kim. Joyce, you're a very busy producer. Yes, I am. But I would have it no other way. It's beautiful. And it's so thank you so much, Joyce. Thank you for noticing. uh, and so it was just kind of, so we're going to feel it. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is they want you to pay attention. Pay attention to how either time feels like it's speeding up, it's slowing down, or just how the whole stability of time is wobbling, and we can feel it, and because it's just going to break apart. But it's hard for our minds to understand that because it's all that we've known. We've lived from the clock pretty much since birth, even time when you're born, right? So right away, it seems like that clock is kind of telling us what we're doing every day, or kind of guiding us one way, shape, or form, right? So to not to have to be ruled by that anymore, in a sense, is it's hard for us to kind of fathom, isn't it? It's just kind of like, wow, what's that going to be like? Just like wandering around, aimlessly. No, it's not going to be like that. Uh, Hello, Richard. Thank you so much, Richard. And so it's just a lot of great things that's happening, even though we are in this sense of chaos. And there's so many things you can see in the news. It's just so upside down. The thing is to try to be that calm, to remain as calm as possible during the storm. And we really have to protect, be aware of everything that's going on now. All right. No giving our power away, no trusting. Hello, Melissa. We can't trust at this point in time. Let me say it this way. We have to keep our families close to us. Those that we love, our loved ones, we have to keep them closer. We have to know what's going on in their lives, and even in our community, our neighbors. Keep in touch with our neighbors a little bit more. That type of thing. Your family, if they're not in the same state, and no matter whatever happened in the past, I mean, as long as it wasn't physical abuse, we need to mend crazy arguments, or things that you probably can't even remember why there's a grudge, or what happened to cause this separation. We really need to just, even if we're not seeing eye to eye, it's okay. Just at least reach out and say, hey, I'm here. I love you, no matter what has happened. All right. And that's what we just need to do. It's not go rushing to our loved ones' home or sacred space if they don't live with you, and say, okay, I'm here. What can I do to help? We don't want to take over. We can't do things for other people, but it's just that gentle, I'm here. Okay. I'm here if you need me. Not to depend on me, but I'm here. Because it's setting healthy boundaries for yourself. All right. And it's just being very, for children that are young and are still in your house, you need to make sure, if they're school age, make sure everything if you can't pull them out of schools right now and homeschool them, stay on top of what they're learning. And I know it's like, oh, it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work right now, because our children are being targeted. And that's all I'm going to say, is that everyone is really being targeted at this point. And we have to look out for one another, and just make sure and there's great teachers out there. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of great teachers out there. That's not the problem. The problem is education has always been, on the foundation wise, from the very beginning, a corrupt system. Okay. How can I say that? I homeschooled my children. All right. And you know what we used? A place with free education, a library, a library, a library. All right. Now, see how much they want to try to kill a library. And they have to raise funds to stay open and all of it. But that information, and now this technology, we can learn a lot of things. And what is education anyway? And what can someone else teach our children that we can't teach them, that we don't know already? That's all I'm going to say with that. I know homeschooling's not for everybody, but if you're raising that child up to school age, you're already schooling them and teaching them, and it's best for them to have your morals than anyone else's. Um, I had read somewhere, and a psychologist or in psychology, they were saying that a child's morals are set by age 10. So who's setting these children's morals? Are they yours? Your spouses? Or are they from your family or somebody else? And then we, I get it. They've made, life is so hard, and that was the whole thing. It's a distraction. If we make life hard, and people don't pay attention because they're too exhausted, you know, they're too stressed out to pay attention to every little thing. But we have to just be a little bit more proactive. Just hang in there. Whether it's 3 months, just we need to really make sure that what's going on with our families, especially with the children, with elderly, with parents, with elderly loved ones. We need to make sure what's going on with them as well. Just be a kind human being and look after each other. Can we do that? That's exactly what we need to do. And we're going to get through this whole chaos, and things have to fall. Out of chaos comes the rebirth. So the rebirth, we want this new world. We want this golden age of peace. Well, the old has to completely fall, and this is what is happening. But the media won't show you that yet. But when so just I'm not going to say any more about that. But the point, the message that kept coming in strong the last several days from my guidance team is, we really need to be looking out for one another a little bit in more detail. And because there's crazy things happen all around us. You can hear about this even in your own local news. Maybe is crime up? Is people just seeming like they are losing their mind? Like, what are they doing? What are they thinking? Maybe they're not. But so, yeah. Woohoo! Yes, peace. Exactly, Melissa. Right? Okay, so let me catch up on some comments here. But that was something, and for women, well, even for men, because I heard this and was kind of, it's kind of beautiful too. But we have to protect our body parts. But for women, we have to protect the sacred womb. Even if you have had some surgeries done in the past, that energy is still there. All right. And so we need to honor that. And this is helping this rebalancing, the divine mother, and it's a rebalancing. Okay. It's not a going from patriarchal to matriarchal. Going from one extreme to the next is not going to help. It's equals, and they both know how special and important each one is. And there is differences because there's supposed to be differences between a man and a woman. Hello. So, absolutely, and honoring that. So, whether or not you've had any surgeries in the past or you still have an intact womb, you can take both your hands, these healing palms here, women, and put them around your belly button, right there, around your belly button. Take some deep breaths and just say, I love you. And yes, this is sacred space. This is a sacred womb. This is a stargate. Do you realize that? You're bringing kids in. You're bringing beings in. That's pretty darn powerful. Co-creating. Wow. Let's take just a moment and honor ourselves. And men, it takes two to make the baby, right? So, honor our sacred systems. Sacred systems. Let me catch up here. Marsha, feng shui my space. Let me see. Wait a minute. I'm gonna scroll. This little scrolly thing. This is so funny. Now I know my show host talking about. I was trying to scroll up. It's so hard. Uh, it's all right. So yeah. Joyce, I do not watch the news, and it's great. Oh, I know, right? I don't miss it either. I don't watch the news at all. But sometimes when we're on social media, and we have to be careful with limiting our time on social media too. I mean, there's great places that we go to watch these things now, or and where we go and we can just keep up with each other. But you have to be careful too on some of the social medias because they'll just blur. You'll see if you're scrolling, see something, and be like, oh, you know. But again, let it all roll off of you, and that's great. It's so much more calmer and peaceful not watching that. Let's see, Kim. I woke up at 1:30. I watched the sliver of the moon rise and 5 planets out. Great day. New friends are so nice here. That's beautiful, Kim. I think yesterday Venus aligned with the sun, so that must have been really pretty. And I missed it. Well, I was outside enjoying the beautiful day. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Hello, Iris. Yeah. All right, Kim. Do I really have to talk to my dad? I tried a few years ago. Phone rings in both direction. Okay, so yeah, it does. You know, Kim, try the phone call one more time, and just say I'm here, and that's it. If you're very uncomfortable, if there's been too much time and space, and sometimes if they've been gone for a very long time out of your life, you can sit and send a message. You know how we pray, we direct the energies to someone. You can do the same thing, all right, just by I'm going to sit here, and really what we're doing is prayer is putting something in an energy bubble, an energy orb. So now I'm going to have you consciously create an energy orb, talk into it. Say, Dad, I'm here. You know, I forgive you. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you. I love and appreciate you, the God spark in you. I might not like your actions, but I love that source, that God spark is inside you. And you take this bubble and you just, okay, send it to my dad. Now, he will receive it probably when he's sleeping. And at that time, because his higher self and his soul will grab it. All right. Consciously, it's no, like not answering that phone. But in a sleep state, we would, he would. Heart to heart. All right. Sacred heart to sacred heart. Right. Yes, Joyce, indoctrination for the schools. Yes. Okay. That's funny, Kim. That's right. Pacific time, right? So it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. Is 5 p.m. Goldylocks News is teaching me good stuff. That's great. I love it. Okay, Melissa. Oh my gosh. Can we get pregnant in this new space? That's interesting. When we get when we ascend to this 5D, that's a great question. Why not? If we have healed everything and we are back in alignment with our divine blueprint, why not? But it's going to be a totally different experience than we've ever had, because the 3D was about pain, and it might be so. Birthing might be different, but still beautiful, probably even more beautiful. No pain. No, I was going to say less pain. They're like, no pain. And I'm like, no, okay, no pain. No pain. Yes, the portal. It is a very powerful portal. Very proud, I like to say Stargate, because you're bringing in stars in physical body. Hello, Wendy. Yay. I get my. Yes, there's right. There's besides YouTube and then Rumble. Rumble's great to listen to a lot of um good news, patriot news, spiritual news, the kind of things that we want um to really be around and surround us because we're protecting our energies. We want something that vibrates the same frequency as us, right? All right. So there is in the descriptions, Rumble. You can, if you look in the description, you can see this. I'm going to post this for YouTube viewers. We are on Telegram. Goldylocks Productions is on Telegram. If you would like to join in, we have great conversation. We have great loving support. It's supportive. It's it is not a lot of, it's not drama. Let me just say drama free zone. And we're loving and supportive of one another. So if you're interested in that, check the Telegram out. Check our Telegram out. It's just Goldylocks Productions, Goldylocks with a Y on Telegram. It's a public group. It's small, but it's the number doesn't really matter. It's just that we're very comfortable. Excuse me, a lot of energy making me burp. Woo! Woo! All right. If you're interested in that, then do that. And so that's a lot of Telegram. I'm joining a lot of groups there too, and a lot of great loving and sharing, and you can great patriot stuff as well. Little quick stuff. I like Rumble for if I'm going to watch something as well, and YouTube, of course. Yes, YouTube. If it's on YouTube. If it's not, we know where to go. Anyway, we'll take a sip of water here. Now, so yes, and protect the sacred womb, and just our bodies moving forward, for sure. And yes, I know a lot of people are okay. So maybe you've heard of this whole quantum technology. We're going to have this quantum technology, unhackable. It's in a higher frequency, is why. Okay, it's in a higher frequency, and we are raising our frequency. And here's the thing too, is when I say we are going from 3D to 5D, and I admit I did it too in the past. I thought it was dimensions. So dimensions here are parallel to each other. There's no higher or lower dimensions, they're parallel. All right, in our dimension, there's 13 densities or levels, if you want to say. It's levels of vibrations and frequency. 3D being, we know what 3D is like. The third density, we know it. Thank you. We're good now. Can we move on? We got it. We don't like it. And so, fourth, we're in lower 4D, the lower fourth density, where there's still that duality and still the end of the tug of war. And we get higher up into the 4D, and then the 5D, that fifth density, is where the golden, when we're all in the 5D, all those who want to be are in that fifth density. That's where the new golden age and ushering in peace. Now, and that's for this dimension. All right. And each dimension can have different levels of densities. And that is just for this one. Now, our sun and some of the other planets is already into fifth density. So is this one. So how can we all exist in different densities? Well, we've heard multidimensional or multi-density as well. So absolutely, there's multiple densities can exist at the same time. It's the layers. It's layering, right? Those who can see spirit can see into the fourth density. They see it's layered and layered and beyond. Those who can see light beings and want to say ETs, but our star families, you can see them. Some of them can, some people can't. Uh, right now, everyone should be seeing them in the sky because they're really making a presence. Look up, look at the clouds. When you see some strange looking clouds, start snapping pictures because they are making their appearance now more than ever. Our star families, they don't want us to be scared of them, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. Take some pictures. Start going outside and snapping pictures of the clouds. Kind of blow them up. Look at them. And anyone finds one with a star being waving, I want to see that one. But no, anyway, pretty much, it's I've taken some really great pictures, and I know a lot of you have done that as well. So it's keep doing that. For those of you who hadn't, be like, ooh, and during that's what I'm saying, during the daytime, not just the nighttime. Nighttime, sure, go and day or night, they're making their presence known. They're showing that they're available, that they're here. They're here for us. Now, no one's going to save us. They're not here to save us. They're here to assist us. We have work to do here. All right. It's up to us to, take back our sovereignty. Let these corrupt governments fall. They were never supposed to have that much power. The governments, the businesses, everything, all that evil, bad stuff who were very selfish and had a different agenda, there's no place for them in this new age of 5D and above. So when I was talking about the multiple densities on this particular planet, Shambhala exists, whether you call Shambhala, Agartha, like the inner earth, I forget call it different names. It really does exist, the inner earth. There's different civilizations that live there, different beings, and they hide. How do you hide? By shifting the frequency. All right, you can only see the frequency that you're in. Most definitely, I've always known this. And how many, what was that movie, Abyss, right? Deep in the ocean. It's so deep, it hasn't even been explored by our science because they can't get down that low. Absolutely, there's civilizations of star beings or of or aquatic human looking beings. And that's a different frequency too, right? And that's how they can, I don't say hide or shield. So on this planet, we can have different densities, just on this planet, and then even out the other planets. But everything is all coming back into alignment and vibrating very high. Now, even when we all get to the fifth density, when we meditate, we're going higher. This is the importance of that meditation. Always meditate to expand our consciousness, to expand our awareness into the higher densities. All right. And we get to meet those beings, and then that whole, look at this, a whole new world, right? And it's so exciting. Keep expanding and raising that consciousness. That's what we're doing, is going up into higher frequencies. That's the key, frequencies. And when you get high enough and you start hearing music, congratulations. Wild applause. That's beautiful. That's the highest I've gotten to, is when I actually hear, it sounds like angels singing, but you know what it is? It's all of us. It's all of us is a tone, a sound of Source's song. And you hear Source's song if you get high enough. You can hear it. And it's so beautiful. So beautiful. I've only gotten there twice and able to stay there for any time. And then it's like, okay, then come back down. And so it's like, oh, I want to do that again. I want to get there again. I want to do it again. So, and just know that as you keep going up density wise in meditation, you won't ever lose that. Once you've plowed that path, so to speak, once you've gotten there, you won't ever lose that. You keep go right back there and then keep working and raising higher and higher and higher. And it is so amazing. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let me catch. Ooh, there goes my ears. Woo, there we go. Oh, yep. Woo. All right. Robin, I see a lot in the sky. I saw two winged human-like beings flying around above my backyard. Yes. Now, and that's something is too. There are star beings that are winged. They look like winged humans that are not angels. All right, but and that's okay. They're benevolent, and if they're showing themselves, and then fairies are not just small; they can be big too. So we have nature beings. We have, you know, uh, different types of beings. Yeah. So it sounds like Lord of the Rings. All right, Wendy, this is interesting. This is interesting. So I have heard in the UFO community, the exopolitics, that Star Wars was our history. There was actually there was a war. All right. And so it's so intriguing. I don't really go too much into that, but it really is not the characters, okay, but the kind of the plot of it really did happen. And there's a great big war and a fight in this system that ended up in this system too. There was a fifth planet. There was a planet in between Mars and Jupiter that got blown up during this war. And this is why there was like Mars got hit by something. That's what it was. That parts of that planet that was blowing up smacked into Mars and gave it that indentation. There's a lot of fascinating history that's going to be revealed to us, our true history. But Gene Roddenberry was given. Now Gene Roddenberry is with Star Trek, and then George Lucas. So they both were given soft disclosure here. This is really what's going on. There is contact. Do something with this. Put them in movies, put them in TV shows, do something to really get us used to it. It's a disclosure. So Star Wars talks about the past that had happened in this solar system and beyond. And in Star Trek's supposed to be the future. My only thing with Star Trek being the future that I have a hard spot with is the cyborgs, is you should never allow any AI into your human body. Then you won't be a human being anymore. We must protect the human being. All right, protect ourselves, and don't do that. Don't. Now, Lord of the Rings, interestingly, like with the whole Inner Earth thing, if you watch the Lord of the Rings, and I can't remember which one it was, but they're fighting for man. The tree beings, the trees, the fairies, all the elementals, and the dwarfs, and everyone's coming together, and they will tell you we are fighting for man against the evil beings, whoever they were. That's now. Right now, we were fighting for man. Well, it was up till last year. It was till last year, because there were evil beings here that was trying to take over, and they got kicked off this planet last spring. Now it's up to us to rebuild. Now I know this might be too much for everybody, too much, too fast. That's okay. What I want you to do is just stay in the present, stay calm and as peaceful as possible. And as we keep rising in our densities, our memory will be given back to us. Everything will just plug in, and we'll go, oh, we'll know everything. It will just happen. Okay? It will just happen. So, yes, Joyce, the Orion Wars, absolutely. Yep, the Orion Wars was that war. And so, yeah, yes. Yay! Good. I'm not over your head, Joyce. No, I just want to make sure. I'm trying to be careful for everyone. If people who are hearing this for the first time, it should not be scary. It should not be scary at all. How many of you, if you say you want to meet these other beings, you know we're not alone. Think of the Star Wars in the cantina. I love to use this as an example. The cantina, where they were, all the music and there. But the thing I'm bringing that up for is look at all the different beings. Did that scare you or did that fascinate you? Like, oh, wow. Now, some of them can look scary. So if they showed up in front of you, you're like, oh, might scare you. But we have to be comfortable. Are you benevolent? Are you malevolent? But right now, who is around this planet, who is back, most definitely, yes, Joyce, are our seeders who seeded this planet. And yeah, a lot of benevolent beings coming to help, to assist us. That's it, assist, not do the work. Seeders, the beings that we called gods, but they were actually just seeders, which means that they helped build our DNA. This is absolutely a fantastic book. It's very thick. I'm almost done. Everyone should have this. I've never recommended a book that everyone should have, but this is one. And it's go through it slowly, digest it. I'm telling you, these will make great gifts for people. But a lot of information is going to come out before, like if I was thinking of holiday gifts, but a lot of information is going to come out before then. But this right here is a great resource. You're going to want to slowly digest that information that's in there. Okay, it is a lot, and it's good, and let it see how that vibrates within you. Okay, and then there you go. And I know a lot of people may go, well, wait a minute, God made us. We all come from source. Unfortunately, sometimes maybe the church had taught us that there's God, there's the church, and then there's us. No, let's take the middleman of the religion out. Let's just remove that. We do have a direct connection to source, but there's a whole bunch of different beings out there too, higher density beings. All right, and how they form planets, and then they can seed and help the DNA and help beings. Some people make, oh my gosh, I'm an experiment. You don't make it sound cheap. It's not at all like that, like we're somebody's ant farm experiment. No. It's so much more beautiful than that. It really is. And our souls, our higher selves agreed to, let's all do, we want to experience. We want to experience. Everything we experience, we're experiencing for source. Source is in each and every living thing. So I want you to just remember that. No fear, no fear. Stay away from it. It doesn't help anybody. Okay? That fear. All right? Hey. And yeah, there is you're right, Wendy. It's like when we hear it or we see it or we read it, it triggers a memory. It can help us to remember. And it's like, oh, we forgot about that. Of course we did. But it triggers it and it's like, oh, there it is. Yes. I know now. And you may dream and have some more things open up for you and you go, yes, this makes so much sense. Everything comes together now. I get it. And so that's how, and I can tell you this book right here, it is programmed energetically. So as you're reading it, it does raise your frequency. I've noticed that. And so let's take this too. I want to show you too how people can understand this multiple densities. We hear we're multi-dimensional, multi-density. Now, think about your house, your home. If you're married, or living with someone, doesn't matter, all that. You have kids, maybe you have parents. You just have multiple people living in one house. Do you know that each one of them each one of you Each person in the household is on a different frequency. Just relationships alone between men and women are all right. Have a conversation. Are we on the same page? I don't even think we're in the same damn book. What? I can't talk to you because you're talking and trying to communicate on different densities, different frequencies. That's why. Don't get upset. Don't cause okay, recognize one that's happening, and let's make some adjustments so that we can have effective communication. Happens with the kids. Kids can be on a totally different, and it's kind of funny because there's a book like men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and this is why different frequencies. Well, then let's add the kids to it. We have the toddlers walking around who see everything. Then we have these teenagers who has seen everything, doesn't understand why so many people are following blindly to a system that is broken and corrupt, and I'm gonna have to do that. That's why they rebel. That's why they act out, because they get to that point of, no, this is BS. So then we have that going on. We have multiple frequencies, multiple densities in your own home. Now, does that make sense for you? Does that bring it closer? And so, yes, absolutely, multi-densities can exist in one place. And when you are on like the 5D, the fifth density of this dimension, you can, whether in astral travel, and I don't want to go too much into this, but you can go to another dimension, 5D to that dimension. 5D, let's match that. Really don't want to go 3D to another 3D dimension, because that's just going to be more of the stuff we're trying to get out of, or that we're saying adios to. So, a lot of us, when we do go to different, if it's not in this dimension and we're in astral and where we have been raising our frequency and we have experience with that, then we can jump to another high frequency dimension, but we come back. All right. So I know that's like so much, and it will just all come back to us. All right. And sometimes it's hard to articulate, put into words with a lot of this. And another practice is watch your thoughts. You really have to get those thoughts to be the co-pilot to your Sacred Heart Center. All right. Because it's a lot of these beings that we're going to be reintroduced to are telepathic, can talk, can communicate telepathically. Let's pretend like someone can read our thoughts already and act accordingly to that. That will be great practice, great discipline to, and it's okay to observe something. But when we have too much mind chatter, it goes from observation to judgy, doesn't it? And so we can just, I'm observing, we're being a witness. And this is it. We are all witnessing something that is so beautiful happening right now. I would have your kids journal, write down, video record them. How are they feeling? What's going on? And because we're documenting this. Everything is being recorded and documented up to, and when we're all in that 5 density, and when the golden age has returned to peace, I can't say it's returned because this is new. I'm sorry, this is a higher, this is totally different. Yeah, they correct me. It's not a return, it's new. Yes. It's better than other golden ages because we have fallen and then risen back up. So it's even more powerful golden age. Yes. And it's closer than ever known before, than we ever realized. It really is. And I forgot where I was going with this now. So, squirrels! Squirrel showed up. Okay, so let me take some water. Anyway, woo! So that was a lot that they, just act like you already are speaking telepathically to somebody, or that someone is reading your mind. or it can just read the thoughts and talking. Now, a great thing too is the left and right hemispheres of our brain. Okay, both sides of my hemisphere, both hemispheres of my brain are united. Think of a little bridge. They're bridged together. They're working in harmony with one another. And that one powerful mind working together, that keeps that third eye open. That's the significance of the third eye, balancing both sides of your brain. Balance is the key here for everything. Balance, balance, balance. We must stay balanced. All right. And when we're balanced here, it works in harmony with the Sacred Heart Center, with that source, with that God inside, with our higher selves. And woo, that's some high frequency stuff going on there. And so let's just do that. And being conscious of left and right brain, let's be in balance. Bring it together. Going from one extreme to the next doesn't work. How many times do we have to re-experience this? We know it. We got it. Let's move forward. All right. Wow, that was a lot. Does anybody have any questions? Was there anything else? Woo. I am burning up. Okay. And some water here. Stay hydrated. And that's the thing is that the sun, you hear about all these sun flares, solar flares, this, that, and the other. The sun is ascending. The sun is already, it's changing its frequency. It's nothing dangerous. We want this to happen. It's changing its frequency. This planet's changing its frequency. It's this planet's a living being. And this is the first time that a planet has ascended, from my understanding. I'm not, if maybe in this system or, so I need more information about that. But this is huge. This is huge what's happening. Hello, Sarah. So it's, good stuff. So that was a lot of information shared. Does anybody have any questions or anything else? But like I said, I highly recommend you get that book. And it's, if a lot of it doesn't, if you get to parts to where it seems confusing, just keep reading. It's okay. Just keep reading. All right. Just keep going. And but don't let that stop you from finishing, because it's important. Anyway. Woo. Okay. Let's see. Oh, everyone's saying hello to Sarah. Let me see. All right, everyone seems to be doing no questions. This is amazing because you guys are. Oh, hold on. Let me catch on to. What messages held? That's funny, Whitney. I'm going to show it. There's some I had to. You see, YouTube held some comments. Oh, no, stop. Yeah. We have to bring that back. Sex as we know it's got to bring back to balance. It has been used against us as manipulation. Porn is very bad, and it was used as a control mechanism. Everything has to come back to balance. So don't stop thinking about it. You got to bring it back into balance, because without that, you're not co-creating. All right. It's just bring it back to balance. And yeah. And so Joyce, they hid that one too. So Wendy, they hid yours because of the sex word on YouTube. I just unhid it. I said to show. And Joyce, my observations are really bitchy sometimes. Really bitchy. Right, exactly, Joyce. Okay, so I'm glad I went over here, because if they won't show up in the studio if YouTube holds them. So I had to go on the YouTube here and check. They were holding some comments, but be sure to please give this show a thumbs up on YouTube, plus on Rumble. I would really appreciate that if you enjoy this show, and share it if you would like to, and that would means a lot to me, and so I appreciate that. All right, now what I will do, I know we've got 10 minutes or so, so I can pull a runes card for everyone. And you can thank Robert for this. Robert had asked for a rune card. Well, I'm not going to just do for one and not the other. So anyone that would like for me to pull, who are familiar with runes and would like for me to pull a card for you and get a message from the Rune Oracle deck, then just in the comments, put that you would like a message. Say me, pull a card, me, and we'll get that. And I will do that for you. Pull the card. And while I'm waiting, let me just do this too. So you feel this vibration going all through your body? This is how your body should feel when you hear the truth. You know it instantly. Woo. Many of us know immediately too when we're being lied to because of how it makes us feel. Because our body actually processes it. We hear it process before the mind even has time to think. Right? All right. So Okay, I'm going to do Robert first because Robert had asked. So I'm going to get Robert's in first. Robert, I know, Robert, you're on a delay. So let's see. What message could Robert use with the runes? All right. And the rune, let's see, that he got. And I just am going to find his rune for him. That looks like a T. Oh, it's this one. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Some of these runes look alike. No, I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Yeah. All right. So this particular rune for you is called Nauthies. Nauthies, Robert. Nauthies. Look at that. Domestic fire. It's bringing you back to your destiny and what is needed. And also balance. Bringing you back to your destiny. And this is pronounced Nauthies. Nauthies. All right, Nauthies. Nauthies. Nauthiz. It's pronounced Nauthies. Okay. Domestic fire. That fire within. Okay. And bringing you back to balance and also your destiny. So that's beautiful. So I'll leave that with you. Robert, thank you so much. Yay. All right, now who do we have now? Robin. Robin would like a rune. Okay, Robin. Ooh, Robin. That's so funny. I'll tell you why, because it looks like an R, and it's yeah. Radio, yeah. See, I always want to say radio, but it's Rido. It's the journey. Look at this. Don't you always feel like you're going into battle every day? Okay. It's Rido. Rido is the pronunciation of Rido. Your journey, your direction. So they want you to increase your determination and focus, and you will have safety and travel, of course. Now, this is the deity of Odin and Thor. So you have a lot of protection around you. And Yeah. Woohoo. So determination and focus, you're about to hit the finish line by being so determined and staying focused on what you want. Okay? So and I love that because that looks like R for your name. It looks like an R for you. Robin. Anyway, that's great. So I leave that with you, Robin. That's awesome. All right. Wendy. Yeah, you should start pulling cards again. We miss you doing that. You did that for Facebook, for MeWe. Goldylocks Productions is on MeWe as well. Me and we, that's social media. I forgot we're on that one too. So let's see. Wendy. Oh, this is a good one too. Yeah. Yep. I got to get back to. I used to pull these every day for myself, and but once you do, it's kind of like it just vibrates within you and stays with you. Oh, this is the one that looks like an up F. Okay, so Wendy, you have Fado. It's called Fehu. Fehu is how it's spelled, but it's pronounced Feho. All right. Increase wealth, happiness, or vitality, and new beginnings. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so this is you see smoke coming out of that chimney? You will have heat this winter. Look at that. Wealth, happiness, vitality, new beginnings. No worries, dear. Woo! That's awesome. So leave that with you, Wendy. All right, Ruth. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Ruth. Ooh, that's interesting. It's like that, but the other way. It's like an F pointing down. And this one is, it's spelled ANSUZ, but it's pronounced onsos. Onsos. All right. And this is the deity representing this is Odin himself. Odin, public speaking, confidence, study, creative writing, and the release from bonds. It's like a liberation. You're being liberated. That is beautiful. No, wait a minute. That's not the one I thought it was. But this is actually, you know what? Let me find this card because that's the one that jumped out. So here it is. Yeah. I thought that one was that. I swore this one was this. I looked at it. So this is the one that's for you. Onsus. Look at that. Public speaking, confidence, study, creative writing, and release from the bonds and liberation. Totally suits you well, Ruth. That is so cool. This is the one you're meant to have. I love it. All right, then. Excellent. All right, and then Sarah, Super Space Cookie. Sarah, if anyone else, please put in the comments if you would like one. Oh, Sarah. That's amazing. Thank you for correcting me. I love it. She got her message. All right. Sarah. Yeah. This is, yep. This is Isa. Ice in the mountain. And it's a static force. All right. Stop and slow a situation. Increase the courage, the resolution, and persistence. Can be helpful to slow the thoughts in cases of insomnia and hyperactivity and anxiety. Yeah. Isa, you need to just slow that down. Slow it down. Yeah. Stop a situation. You have to increase the courage to resolve whatever's giving you insomnia. All right. And so I love this because it's standing in your power too. Standing in your power, having that courage, that resolution, and that persistence. Because if you don't deal with it, take persistence and make it work for you, not it's persistence where it nags you and you can't sleep and it gives you anxiety. Step in your power. Grab that walking stick. Grab your staff. All right, and confront. Have that courage to make the changes that need to be done. All right, so I leave that with you. Sarah, let's see, Wendy, heat, cool. Took a couple of weeks to get oil this fall. Good. Yay! All right. Thank you all so much. And thank you, Marcia. Good night to you, my love. And thank you all. You're welcome, Ruth. That was wild because I saw it on the card and went to that symbol. And then when I look back at the card, I'm like, that's not what I saw. Woo! I love that. Yeah, see, you get your messages. They're going to come through. So, well, thank you, each and every one of you. I love you all so much. Remember to keep shining brightly, no matter what's happening around you. Stay focused, stay in peace. Everything makes sense when you go there. We look for answers. The answers don't come when we're chaotic. We have to be still. We have to be calm. And when we are at peace, we get all the answers that we were looking for. We really do. It's all within us. It's all within us. And it's not going to come to us until we be still, be calm, and just allow it to happen. So, all right. Much love and light. Remember, you are the source frequency of love, light, love, and continue to shine brightly. Until next Sunday, much love to each and every one of you.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.